Hi, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us. This is Empowerment Talk, and I'm Comfort, of course, joined again by Andy and Collins as usual. This evening, we have a very interesting topic which says ONPASSIVE is the new internet. Hello, Andy.
Hi guys, again, absolutely.
Yes, and Mr. Mana.
Hello, yeah, again, we just switch screen.
Yeah, no,
No, we are
switching
here. We are
screen
using switch
indeed.
technology now.
Exactly, guys. I must before we go ahead, I must congratulate you. It was a powerful one with Jeffrey this evening. I was just nodding and nodding and nodding as you guys were spitting it out from your three various perspectives. It was really a wonderful one this evening. Thank you for that. Yeah. So, guys, let's go ahead and have a look based on what we heard Ash say yesterday. What do you think on passive being the new internet? Collins, you may like to go first, please.
Oh, man, on passive being the new internet means we're going to own it, own everything. Honestly, like I said yesterday, it's a working progress, but we are really moving to the right direction. Owning it means we're having data center, which we already have a small and big one is coming, having our own domain, and then having our own banking system, or let's call it processor within the bank. So the moment you own that rating, you've owned the internet, period. There is no two-way, because you're not dealing with any third party again, no middleman to tell you, get up early morning, sleep this time. You control your business, everything in-house. And we are owning it. We are just the verge of owning everything.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right, Andy, I'd like to hear your take on this too, please.
This is extremely exciting because when you think about it, if you have every process under one roof, every process within the business that you're doing, then you have total control over every piece, and you cannot be influenced by outside sources. So this is extremely exciting. Now, you couple that with the largest data center the world has ever seen about to come online, and that means that we can own the internet. We can house the entire internet if we wish to within that data center.
Okay.
So this is an extremely important move forward. You know, every single process within the business environment is totally controlled by ONPASSIVE.
Okay. So when you both have talked about it and you seem to lay emphasis on the fact that we own our own data center. So is it all just because of the data center, or does this equally have to do with the products and the state of the art nature of our products and the features and stuff, Collins? Does it have to do with that, or is basically because we own the data center that makes us the new internet?
Yeah, so if we look at it, there is like many facets that will make a company to own everything. So just imagine, like I was like thinking today, sitting and reflection on what I said, and I asked myself, if you own the data center, it means you have the control of the data that comes in, because data center is like a meter. The more you consume, the more you pay. Third party can charge you whatever amount, and if you don't want, they just cut you off. When they cut you off, where do you store your data? Nowhere. So if you bring that in-house, you build it, and you have a data center. Next thing is domain. So for instance, you have a domain right, like GoDaddy. Remember, third party, when you are using a third party to host, use their domain to buy domain from third party, like .com and all of those type of things. What happened if you go against their rule? They switch you off the internet space. So you don't have a domain. For instance, if they go and take us off, there's no ONPASSIVE. You go and try to log in, they have already kicked you. They've removed that domain a URL from their side, from their hosting side. So there is no way they have control over you, because they are controlling your domain, the access to internet space. That's other thing. When we bring that in-house, what else? Now you talk about banking. It is not about having a bank, but the processor that run under. If you own that, it means you have the internet, you have your hosting right yourself. where the data is coming, you have the house of the data. Now, you know, when you build a product, people have to pay in and out, money moving in and out. Third party can still mess you up using their processor. What happens if you own that processor, you build it and you have it? It means your product now, there is no way anybody can hold you because you have those three things. Now you can build a product, sell it, and do whatever you want to. There is no way. For instance, if you have the most beautiful product, how do you sell it if somebody just called and said, you know what, mess them up, just block them. If someone want to pay, don't allow the money to flow, don't allow cash flow. What happened? Your product will just stay there, you know, and it makes you to start to think, okay, this is what most of the tech giants they do. They frustrate other little, you know, companies that are coming up one way or the other, buy you off, and then destroy the product and trade. Not like they'll buy the product and sell it, buy, destroy, because you are a nuisance to them, you know, and then keep on with their way of going. But the moment you own these three things, what happened? You are done.
Wow, that's cool. So, Andy, I'm not sure whether you want to add something, but there's something Ash also said here that I would need us to know a bit more about. He said September 21st marked a significant achievement in our history. Although there have been a few hiccups. We are addressing them, and once that's done, it's game on. No, that's not what I wanted. No, all right. Let's comment on this so that I don't keep people going. I'll get that, please. I'm sorry, but then let's just go on. Oh, go on, bro.
I mean, well, basically what we have at the moment is we have a couple of payment providers or merchants that take the payments that have been stalling paying us the money that's come in. So now, to be fair, ONPASSIVE has survived all of this time without receiving any money in.
Hmm.
So I don't know why they think it would create a problem for us at the end of the day anyway. It's an annoyance rather than an issue for the business. It won't stop the business no matter what, because the business has been running without any income coming in for the last 4 years. So why they would think that that would create a problem for us now, I don't know. So it is an annoyance, and it's basically delayed the real start of where we are with OConnect. So Ash is going to do another a secondary launch once these guys have kind of stepped aside and we've got these issues resolved. And to be fair, with all of the additional features that OConnect has introduced since the 1st of September, then the whole system has changed anyway. So this is really good. And I just think once, you know, we have all of these things that we have control of, that ONPASSIVE has control of, and banking is a very big issue. But once you have the banking system in place and you can make payments direct in commissions, etc., then that's a huge step forward. We would never need, you know, these merchants in effect again. So you know, it's extremely exciting, and listen, I have no problem with this little delay. At the end of the day, no one can go anywhere at the moment, so what's the problem? You know, everyone, I've got people calling and saying, well, is the payment system up yet? No, it's not. Just hold your horses. It's not an issue. Stay calm. You know, we're going to get there. And when we do, it'll all just go, wow, like a mushroom cloud. So, yeah, not a problem.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks so much, Andy. Guys, yesterday I'm getting a few stuff from here and there what that Ash said for us to comment on, because I was watching with another fellow affiliate here and she was just confused. I said, listen, I'm going to explain a lot. But then I thought that if we go on a few stuff, it will help many other people too. So Ash is like, we have the means to untangle ourselves and are heading towards the ultimate goal in the not too distant future. What would he mean by that, Collins?
That's really great. I listened to that, Comfort. That's really amazing. We have the means to untangle, you know. So what normally, if I look at it, that based on my understanding, not actual understanding, the way I'm looking at it, means we are getting close to the goal where on passive, where Mr. Ashmufara wants us to be by owning it. You know, he's talking about owning our banking system. That's one of the things I touched about that. Owning our own domain right, where we don't need anybody. You know, there was something that Mr. Ashmufara told us when we started, you know, the Tech Pro, the question, one of the question, what it means for you to have a domain and then you are a domain provider. It means each and every account will have a domain name, right? You can choose your domain. And with that, you become a domain provider. Then you are a seller of domain like GoDaddy. You have a business that you can, you know, you can purchase or activate domain. Now you become a domain provider. That's one of the things Mr. Ashba told us almost 2 years ago, or 1.5 years ago, that we will own it. That's part of owning it. He's talking about the big data center camp. We are very close to that because they are working day and night to make sure we achieve this, where we will say never again a third-party provider will determine how much we pay them, whatever we want to do, because you know if you try to do something different, they will just switch you off, or someone will just go and corrupt them. Said, you know what? If you do business with them, we are not going to do business with you. So shut them down if you want us to continue with you. So never again will be in that position where someone will dictate how ONPASSIVE want to run business by owning it. So we are at that point where we will unleash, untangle, as he said, untangle it, and then put everything straight as it should be. And that is very close coming.
Wow. That's quite crazy. So Andy, you know, he says GITEX convention, we are popular, likable, and unique. It keeps getting better. Companies and governments are very interested in the potential of ONPASSIVE. Each time the numbers, I'm interested in this particular clause, each time the numbers surprise us. And this means, and this time is no exception. Andy, can you comment on that, please?
Yeah, I mean, GITEX is a great example. If any of you have watched some of the videos that are, the short videos that are on the ONPASSIVE channel that Mohammed Nazal has put up, you can see an extremely professional stand that's been done, different to anything else that's there. And I noticed, and I did have a giggle because you know, as the camera walked through, you saw several other stands. You thought, no interest, and then you get to the ONPASSIVE one, and you go, wow. And this is the thing. Now, the GITEX convention is all about technology, but every single video they've got someone standing there registering. Now, and what's I find not amusing but intriguing is the fact that the vast majority of these guys are probably involved somewhere in the IT business, and they've looked at ONPASSIVE and gone, oh my god, this is something that I need to be part of, just as Collins did with his, you know, being in the software business. So that for me is absolutely fantastic. So what they've done is kind of surprised themselves and thought, well, okay, we expect this number of sign-ups or this number of people to register, and actually it's been this number of people registered, and wow, we didn't expect that. But it's phenomenal to see, and I think with the surprise for me is because it's this IT, you know, technology exhibition, that people within the industry are the ones that are probably signing up. That's interesting for me.
Listen, Andy, when they say people are registering, does that really mean they're signing up, like to find themselves in the ecosystem?
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right. Okay, it's beginning to get interesting then. All right. So, Collins, given what Andy has said, you know, Ash thinks that some people view us as a threat. Would you agree with him?
Yes, 100% true. I agree with Ash, because when ONPASSIVE started, Ash gave the history of ONPASSIVE. We started as an internet marketing solution, and they look and say, okay, they are harmless. But little did they know where Ash was going, and Ash went on to say, when they opened Go Founder, the number was really crazy. And then they sat down with the team and said, why not just go all in? Why waiting? Because it was something that it was like a work in progress. Say, okay, we moved phase 1, 2 years. Let's do this, provide something to the founders. Let them be happy. Then we move on to the next phase, move on to the next phase. And it's something that they plan to do it, where we are now. It was something that Ash was planning 2018. That they already know that it will take 10 years to get to where we are. But the rapid progress of ONPASSIVE pushed the team to deliver as quick as possible, because they know if the resources are there, they can deliver it. So now these people look at it. Maybe they were just thinking like, oh, it's a small company. Now they look at a unicorn company emerging. What happened? That threat started, coming up, and the scare, sometimes people can get scared. My goodness, if they come up and do this, then we are dead. For instance, let's look at one instance. We're talking about O-Trim, Bitly making billions, a lot of fortune for O-Trim. What has ONPASSIVE done? Give it for free. Do you think they'll be happy with you to tell you, oh, you just come? Look at O-Mail. Everything in O-Mail. Most of the company like Yahoo, all of those other companies, they split into two: free version and business version. What happened? ONPASSIVE put everything together and give it for free. Do you think they'll be happy looking at it as, my goodness, who is this little man coming? And just say, you just turn up and say, I'm the special one. Like when Mourinho came to England, he just said, Ferguson was looking at Mourinho. Mourinho said, I'm the chosen one. It was like, I've been here, football manager, and you're telling me you are the chosen one. That is what they look at it. Who is this guy? Who is this Ash Mufara? And the beauty about ONPASSIVE, is about sharing the wealth. Because like I said yesterday, they can build all of these things. But do you think their shareholder will allow them to give the money 50% for free? Everything. That's just take the wealth and said, I want to share it equally with the users, the customers, those who can come in and participate. I want to share the wealth with you. That is the place, they will never agree with Ash, because they always want the rich to grow richer and the poor poorer. So they will say, why should I sweat, do all of these things, and then turn around and say, you are sleeping, I'm getting up to, every day 6 to 6, you are sleeping, I will just put money in the wallet, you go and take it and go and help humanity. I can do that, humanity. I don't need you to do it for me. That's what they'll be thinking, but they are doing nothing. So that greed, is in, and they look at their business, because just imagine, it's a comfort, Andy, where will you go? A company that will come, use a product, and they pay you for using the product. Or a company where you go because of loyalty. At this, there is no loyalty anymore. I can like Apple, but do you think I'm loyal? If ONPASSIVE come with Apple, with iPhone, and I will use it, I don't care how it is. I will buy it because I know I'm using it, and they are giving me commission to help my family and my friends and my community. Wow. And that is where they are scared. That is the problem.
It's not just that though, Collins, because no, seriously, you're in the software business. So software development. So for instance, that normally to do one product, it takes 4 or 5 years. Okay, and the problem is that the software engineers do a little bit, but they know at the end of that project they've probably got to look for additional work. All right, ONPASSIVE has a totally different thought process on this, because what they have said is, no. You've got a job for life, right? Because what we want you to do is to do this one, and then we'll have something else for you to do, and then something else, and then something else. So these guys have gone at it and gone, do you know what? We want we want to be here for the long term. We want to create as many products as we possibly can. So we're going to do our very best to get these out as soon as possible. And that is why we've created a suite of these products in the same period of time that one company would have taken 4 or 5 years to bring one product to market.
Yeah, so
That's the differential.
It was that great, you know, the other company looking into ONPASSIVE and say why, and then they say like they are seeing ONPASSIVE as threat, but ONPASSIVE is not a threat to them. ONPASSIVE is a new brand of business providing solution, you know, in a fairer way that is cheaper and is of high quality. No company will provide quality for a very reasonable amount. It will never happen, because where will you pay the developer how much? But the reason ONPASSIVE is doing that, because Mr. Ash Mufara doesn't care about money. He said give them the value, because that's what mankind need. Give them that value, but I'll give them for a fairer price. And for you to give something for a fairer price, guess what? You are not using a lot of third-party application. ONPASSIVE is moving away, because third-party are those people taking a lot of money. Because imagine if I have a company, I'm using Comfort as a third party. Comfort has a company using you, Andy, as a third party. You are demanding from me. By the time the product comes out, the duty will be less. It will be too, because I've spent so much money. I have to put it, and the shareholder, they want return of investment. It will not be cheap. ONPASSIVE say, you know what? No more third party, everything in-house. Put it there. We have the resource, we have the manpower, we'll do it in-house. What happened? Provide better. What will happen? Better quality will come out for a reasonable amount. Those companies, they are not happy, because the investors, they are not ready for 1 year or long as it takes. Give me now. Put it in the market, because I've invested my money. I need my money back. And that is why the products they are coming, they are not really in a good quality. Because of what? Because the pressure is coming from those who have invested their money and they want it back.
Wow. I just have an interesting contribution here from Birgit Jorgensen, and I think so too. That's why I'm reading it out. She says, I think people are open for something new. Mr. Ash and his co-workers are doing the marketing very good. I think people want to know what this new thing is. Andy, would you also agree to that?
Absolutely. It's a totally different way of doing business that no other company's done before. If you look, and Collins is quite right, we don't have shareholders, so we don't need to worry too much. Every other company is purely involved in profit. And there are some unscrupulous companies that will do anything to build that profit up to as high as they can. One of these, interestingly enough, is a company that does water. Because what they did was they went to a lake, took the water out, and then they sell it back to the village. The problem is that village now doesn't have the water for their crops. But it happens, and the shareholders are happy with the company because they've made a profit. Now, what ONPASSIVE has done or is doing is it's a different system. There isn't a company out there that actually says, do you know what? If you find 4 other customers, or we find 4 other customers for you, you're not going to have to worry about paying for the product that you've got. But you've got a value for money product that is far superior to anything else that's on the market. There isn't a company like that. And every other company now, Ash made the point yesterday, companies are running scared, because this is going to do exactly what it says on the tin. And the biggest difference is this huge positivity and feeling within everybody within the company. You can't stop that. That's an impossibility. So all these other companies are going to have to change the way they do business. What a shame.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Auntie Lynn. The point is, ONPASSIVE has managed to create top-notch digital products at breakneck speed. Wow, brilliantly put. And that's just what we are talking about. So, guys, the topic for tonight, especially if you came in a bit late, was that ONPASSIVE is the new internet. So, Andy and Collins, I'd just like us to round up by going back, revisiting the topic again, and confirming that all that you have said is to agree with me on the fact that yes, that is what it is. Consider people who are watching us for the first time, tell them what they need to know, and then we can wrap up on that. So, Collins, please.
Yes, as you rightly said, ONPASSIVE is the new internet. That's rightly so. You know, because as we said, if I want to recap, when you own a data center, you own a domain, you own your banking system, it's done. It's complete done. Because now you're not controlled by third party. And then talk about the product. The product are so good, not one, not two, not three, more, dozens of them. ONPASSIVE will continue to build. One of the things, people forget when you think about, because people said IT company, I always call it global software development company. When you use that word, people are like, wow, because what they do, they produce and produce and produce and produce and produce until we die. IBM is there. IBM have been for how many years? 75 years or more. Are they not still existing? ONPASSIVE is not coming to take their road. ONPASSIVE is coming to bring a new way, a simple way, because the business atmosphere is challenging. What are they doing? They are taking difficult solution, analyze it, and produce a software that can solve that challenge of business atmosphere. For instance, we talk about O Connect. How can O Connect solve problem? O Connect, you're talking about language translation. Andy love that. Just imagine when you have meeting with those who doesn't speak English or they speak French, you use multilingual translation, speech to text, and then everything is just there. It's just so good. Now the business atmosphere or the environment have changed really, really immensely, where people don't really want to go face to face anymore. And where can you meet them? On a web conferencing platform, video conferencing platform. It makes life easy. Why should I waste my time, travel all the way to United States or Africa to have a meeting? Meanwhile, I can have it on. So this is the new internet we are talking about. And O Connect is not just a video conference. It's more to that, and all the products, and services. But now when you own these three things, as I said, then you own the internet. You don't need anything. It's just like you have the meta to what, or the source of everything. You can control it the way you want. You can say, you know what, I will drop the price down, I'll increase the price. You have control of everything. You have the security of everything. People will deal with you because they know their data are secured. People will deal with you because they know you are truthful. You will not shut them down because someone will force you to shut them down. You are not dealing with anybody. Everything is just in, and that's fine.
Wow. So over to you, Andy, your last one.
Yeah, I mean, Philip makes a good point. Governments are attracted by this because of not only the quality of the products, but the humanitarian side of things. What Collins has touched on there is the price. I won't use the word comparison, but the price differential. Because at the end of the day, what they've been able to do is to provide a product that is far superior, and they've put a figure on what they think is a fair amount to charge for that particular product. Like you mentioned earlier, we've got Bitly and Trim URL and all of these other ones that are, as Collins pointed out, billion-dollar companies. Why? What Ash has done is put this product together, a Trim URL product together, and said, you know what, we don't need to make any money from this. See, the vast majority of the companies out there survive purely on the amount of data they can sell, particularly the likes of Google and the likes of Facebook, etc., because that's their entire makeup. It's all about data. Everything these days is about data, but not for us. ONPASSIVE doesn't need to sell data to make money, so we're not going to. So would you rather have a company that creates value for money, creates superior products, looks after the customer, not the shareholder? I think for me, that's a no-brainer.
Oh, wow. You guys, I don't know what you did today, permanently on fire from one screen to the other. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. And of course, guys, thank you for the wonderful contributions in the chat. Guys, if you're watching this for the first time and you are delaying, then you better go back and watch the blueprints, the digital blueprint that we had about 2 hours ago, and see what will happen if you keep delaying. Just click on any link around. If you find one in the description box, or somebody's talking about ONPASSIVE to you, signing up and having a taste of it, a feel of it, is just for free. Many new more features are appearing on O Connect every day. I don't know who has seen them. Sweet things are coming up every day, guys. So let's play with our stuff for those who are already in. And of course, thank you, guys. See you again really soon. Bye, guys. Thank you.